When did you stop trusting the fun parent? My daughter and her best friend are besties for life. One time I asked my daughter, Maggie 8, if she wanted to get married and she said, "Mommy, I'm already married." To Stacy, Greg, Stacy's dad, was the fun parent who built blanket forts until midnight and made pancakes shaped like their initials. Maggie literally counted down days until her next sleepover there. But then the next invitation came and Maggie said she was too tired, which seemed odd for a kid who never stopped moving. The following week, I found Stacy's mom's invite about Saturday's sleepover crumpled in Maggie's backpack, hidden under her library books. When I asked about it, she mumbled something about forgetting and wouldn't look at me. That same day, I found a camera in her bag, one of those expensive digital ones, and when I asked where it came from, she froze. "It's for a class project, Mom." "For what class?" "I don't know, just leave me alone," she screamed. It was the first time she had ever raised her voice. In weeks, Maggie went from my little tomboy who lived in dinosaur shirts and thought brushing her hair was optional to suddenly begging for pedicures, asking if she was pretty enough, obsessing over scented lotions at Target. She stood in front of the mirror for 20 minutes one morning just staring at herself. And when I asked what she was doing, she said, "Making sure I look right." She was 8. When Stacy's mom called about the upcoming sleepover that Friday, Maggie overheard and started crying so hard she couldn't breathe, just ran to her room and slammed the door. The next Monday at school, pickup changed everything. Greg waved from across the parking lot like always, calling out, "Hey, Maggie!" And my daughter grabbed my hand so tight her nails dug in, hiding her whole body behind me. Her entire body was shaking. In the car, she kept checking the mirrors to make sure his car wasn't behind us. She wouldn't wear her favorite dinosaur shirt anymore, the one she'd worn twice a week for months, saying she needed to look grown up because she was almost an adult. I also noticed she suddenly had money, random dollars in her piggy bank she couldn't explain. "I found it," she'd say. But none of it made sense because an 8-year-old doesn't just find $50. When my husband and I gently asked if Mr. Greg had done something, she shook her head so violently I thought she'd hurt her neck. She just kept saying, "No, no, 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 no," over and over. More things kept appearing in her room. A magnifying mirror I'd never bought, concealer from a brand I don't even use, so much nail polish she could open a salon, and these homemade friendship bracelets but weird ones with beads that spelled out words like pretty and better. She started weighing herself every morning on our bathroom scale, asking if she looked fat, sucking in her little belly. One day I tried to look at the photos on that camera. Maggie grabbed it and threw it against the wall so hard it shattered, screaming, "Those are private!" We talked to Stacy's parents and they were devastated. Greg kept saying, "I don't understand. We were buddies. We built that rocket ship out of cardboard last month." But Maggie was specifically terrified of him. Not Stacy's mom. Not Stacy. Just Greg. One day I found her crying in the middle of her bedroom, having a breakdown about how she got a blister on her foot from new shoes. None of it made sense. Until one day, when I stayed up with my ear against my daughter's door. I didn't know what I was looking for, but then I heard the click of a camera. I immediately barged in. "Mommy, I'm sorry, please don't be mad." Bile rose in my throat.